Well, hello there. I want to try to make another video for you, and I hope you will follow me. Listen to it, leave me comments by any chance, and I hope with each video that I make, there is some help for someone that listens to it. Uh, the question that I'm asked, and I'm trying to answer to the best of my ability, are these. What was it like for you in post-war Germany? Well, it was certainly a different story for me after the war ended. Uh, we saw it come to an end when we were still living in my aunt's little cottage that was kind of a refuge for us because we were bombed out and didn't have a home. And the cottage stood empty, had a little garden patch around it. And that's where we were when the war ended. We saw much sadness during the time that we waited for the Allied troops to come in and rescue us again, but this time from the Russians that were the first ones that came into our town. And Berlin was the capital city of Germany. When the Allied troops came, and I said, really, they rescued us. They rescued us from Adolf Hitler, and then in a way, in a big way, they rescued us also from the Russian troops that occupied our town during that time till the Allied forces joined them. Much mischief, if I can say mischief, was done during the time that we were occupied by the Russians. Mischief really isn't the word for it. It was a bad time with whatever bad you can think of happening till order was restored by the Allied forces and they came in. And the Russians were driven from my part of town toward another part of town. And then the people over there had to endure a lot of bad also. But order was being restored when the Allied troops came. Then order was coming into our Germany when Winston Churchill and all the main people uh, met, in Potsdam to discuss what will happen to Germany after this awful war. What will happen to the capital city after all this war? And they decided that um, Berlin was going to be a divided city in four parts: America, English, French, and the Russian part. And the Russians got the biggest part actually, of Germany. And it was done in Potsdam by drawing of matchsticks out of a hat. The one that got the larger matchstick got the larger part of Germany. And it so happened that that fell into the hands of Stalin. The Russians got the larger part. Post war Germany, Berlin, was a city divided like a birthday cake in four parts. And the best part of Berlin was the western part. We inherited heaven, while the eastern part occupied by the Russians, they inherited hell. That is the only way I can describe post-war Germany. The western part of Berlin started to rebuild. We had the Trümmer women, the rubble women they were called. All of our moms, our women, went to work to start removing the rubble from the burned down buildings. And there's a coin that was given out after everything was said and done for these women that worked cleaning away the rubble from a 5-year war. But Western Germany, Western Berlin was heaven compared to the eastern part. And that's the only way I know how to describe it. Berlin started to rebuild in our part of town. Life came back to us. Good things were done in West Berlin, but not in East Berlin. We were started to feel alive again. We were started to feel blessed again by being under Western leadership. This is the only way I can explain what happened in post-war Germany. My mom and I lived in the western part of town. My dad was in the eastern part because my parents were divorced. But it so happened that my father had to flee from the Russians and come over to the west. And there I have a story to tell about his life and what went on after he left East Berlin to come to West Berlin. So I'm going to try to make many videos that will tell the story. Many miracles happened during this time. My brother's coming back from Russian prison camp. My other brother, one brother was in Russia for close to 4 years, and the other one was close to 3 years in a French prison camps. But in this time, when the war ended, during the war, after the war ended, many miracles happened in my family's life, the Weiss family's life. And I wrote books about it, put them on Amazon. I'm telling school children about these miracles that happened during and after. We were blessed. My family was blessed to remain alive during the war, after the war, and not losing anyone that fought the war. Miracles I have to talk about, and I will do this in other videos. I hope you will tune in and follow me. I hope that you will leave comments about my Weiss family story. And I hope that you will use me in making Zoom meetings for teachers with their children when they talk about World War II, because there is so much to tell about this time. And I am still alive and living at 88, am definitely someone that can tell about everything. And I want to do this before the Lord will call me home. Because all of us that lived that time are the older generation. I'm at 88, the older generation, and the ones that fought the war are all in their 90s. They're all looking toward heaven and going there and living forever after. With this, right now, my time of 15 minutes of making a video is almost gone. I hope you enjoyed my little talk, pointing you toward other videos, and I will stop right now talking about things, but never before I say, God bless you. And the next time, we will have some more. Bye bye.